Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this virtual parent workshop all about understanding your child's report. I'm Miss Darning Sung, the Deputy Head Teacher for the Foundation Phase, and leading this workshop with me today is Mr. Matthew Power, who is the Deputy Head Teacher of the Primary Phase. He's just waving there now. Just a few things before we begin. If there's any problem with the Wi-Fi, I know we've had rain this morning, we will close the meeting and attempt to rejoin. If there are any sound issues, please just make sure your microphone is off. If you've got a question, you can add it to the chat, or you could use the raise hand button in Google Meet, and we will answer questions at the end of the presentation. Please do avoid driving whilst being in the meeting, just so that you can be safe or being distracted by others. So let's begin. So we're going to be talking to you this morning all about your child's report. These will be published next Thursday. And what is the purpose of reporting? Why do we do this? The purpose of reporting is to support and improve learning. It should be an ongoing process which provides clear information on a learner's strengths and areas for development, such as what needs to be done to ensure continued progress and improved achievement. It supports parents and students to understand targets and areas in need of improvement based on the curriculum being taught and the students' progress over time. We report twice a year, once in term 1, which will be published next week, and once in term 2 at the end of the academic year. So reporting at ANS, you'll get a report twice, end of term 1, end of term 2, and we believe effort and dispositions are major keys to success. And therefore, these are given prominence in our student reports in the mindset to learning part. And we'll talk about that more later on. When reporting, it is our aim to clearly show your child's progress and achievement in key academic subjects, such as language, mathematics, social studies, science, and history. And you'll receive information about their performance in their Thai subjects and in their overseas subjects as well. We also feel it is important to let you know of your child's participation and achievement in other areas such as technology, health, physical education, and the arts. And if your child is in foundation, you'll also find out about their performance in their specialist subjects for DT, PSHE, and ICT. So what does the report include? For the next few slides, we're going to show you some examples of a report and explain to you a bit more the information that you will see. This is at the very beginning of your child's report, and you will see here your child's percentage for attendance, which is here. You'll also see the number of lates that they've had and any absences that they've had from school. You'll also see the name of your child's form teachers, their homeroom teachers here, and the number of house points that they have received so far this academic year. And I mentioned earlier that we really put more focus on their mindset to learning, especially at this midpoint in the year. So your child's mindset to learning is their progress towards achieving targets and expectations. And we've got 4 words that we use to show this. We have excellent. And this means that your child shows impeccable effort, reflection, participation in class, homework, and attitude. We have good. This shows that your child has commendable effort, reflection, participation in class, homework, and attitude. We have fair. Shows some acceptable effort, reflection, participation in class, homework, and attitude. Poor. Shows inadequate effort, reflection, participation in class, homework, and attitude. We know that it has been parent consultations. Hopefully you've already met with your child's homeroom teacher, or you're meeting with them today or tomorrow. I'm sure they have spoken to you about your child's mindset to learning. So whatever you see in the report should match those conversations. You will also see excellent, good, fair, and poor used to talk about the current progress your child is showing in achieving targets and expectations for the term. If your child has excellent, it means that they are on track to exceed the target threshold. So they are working above expectations for their year group. If they are achieve good, they're on track to achieve the minimum target threshold, meaning they're working out where they need to be for their year group and age. If they have fair, they're almost on track to achieve minimum target threshold. And if your child is fair at the moment, hopefully a homeroom teacher has spoken to you about things that you can do at home to support. If your child has got poor, it means that they are not on track to achieve the minimum target threshold. And hopefully there are things happening in school and at home to support your child in getting closer to achieving the expectations for their year group. Something else that you'll see in the report after you've heard that information about their attendance and their house points, you will see the homeroom comments from your from the class teachers. This will be in Thai and in English. And this is very much related to our dispositions and our values as a school. So this will be a general overview of your child across the subjects. So for example, you can see here reference to a child being proactive or communicative. And these are some of our dispositions here at ANS. If you've got any questions about the homeroom comments made, you are welcome to contact a homeroom teacher directly. We're going to talk now about the specifics between a nursery to year 1 report, and then afterwards we'll talk about the year 2 to year 6 report. They are different. So for the nursery to year 1 report, these are the main sections that you will see. We have a tick box system here, which outlines your child's use of the ANS dispositions, whether they're exceeding, expected, emerging, or beginning. We've also got Thai and overseas assessment for key academic subjects and areas. So you can see the Thai assessment here, their current progress against in achieving the target, and also their mindset to learning. And you'll see the same here for their UK assessment as well. The terms excellent, good, fair, and poor are used to indicate the current progress in achieving expectations for the year group and also mindset to learning. And hopefully these are all things that have been discussed with you already with the homeroom teachers. We're now going to be looking at the year 2 to year 6 reports. I'm going to be handing over to Mr. Power.
Good morning. Apologies, I'm having a few issues with my microphone, but hopefully you can hear me now. So for year 2 to 6, the house points are displayed in a spider diagram, so a web diagram. As you can see, the dispositions are broken down individually. So there should be those 6 dispositions displayed. The values are combined. So you can see at the top of this diagram, we have ANS values: fair, mindful, responsible, respectful. So with this web map, this web diagram, you may find that it is weighted slightly towards the ANS values because there are 4 of them, whereas the others are broken down individually. So that is not to be unheard of. So you will see your child's house points broken down for the term so far. You will also see on the second page of the report the individual subjects broken down by lesson time, GPA, and mindset to learning. So that will include core subjects and additional subjects. Following that, there will be sections on extracurricular activities, reading, writing, and critical thinking, and then behavior. Again, for the extracurricular activities, you will see the time taken this term, and whereas the reading, writing, and critical thinking, behavior are a tick box with the 4 options: excellent, good, pass, not pass. For the third page, you will see the progress and mindset to learning grades for overseas subjects. So that includes the subjects undertaken with the homeroom teachers and the overseas outclass teachers, Mandarin, PE, and design technology. So how do teachers make these judgments? It will be based on collecting evidence throughout the term. It will not come from simply one source. Teachers are making ongoing assessments throughout the term to make their judgments. So please don't feel it's reliant on just one activity, one piece of writing. It will be holistic in its approach. Assessment grids are, assessment grids are used in every subject to determine the coverage. So please remember that children will be assessed on what has been covered, not the entire assessment grid. So how can you use your reports? Please use the report to speak to not just the teachers about progress, but the students themselves. Use this time to help them reflect, talk about what's been fed back to them, and potentially set targets moving forward. These should also help you in understanding the year level expectations. Please as well use this report as a chance to highlight areas that may require more support in the future. So if there are areas you would like to know more about, of course, please talk to the children and talk to the teachers about how you can target that at home as well as in school. And please celebrate. Talk to your children about the things they're doing well in. It's fantastic when children can say straight away the things they're good at, as well as the things they want to target in the future. And also not just focusing on the pure academics, the mindset to learning. That should also be really focused on to ensure that the children understand the areas they are working well in and the areas they want to increase their mindset, because it's not unusual that children might have a different mindset in different subjects. So that can be targeted and talked about as well. So term 1 and end of year. Term 1 reports, again, as I mentioned earlier, reflect what has been taught so far. So the teachers will only be assessing the areas of coverage from the skills or the assessment grid that have been of the entire. Again, using the chance to reflect, to improve. There is always the possibility to improve grades between term 1 and term 2, ensuring the children, again, by the end of the year, have covered all of the skills in the assessment grids. So at this midpoint, the term 1 report informs parents about their child's progress, and it should, as again we mentioned before, match what you heard in the parent consultations either last week or this week. So nothing should be a surprise, essentially. If you have any concerns about the progress, please feel free to contact the homeroom teacher. I know some of you might have parent consultation today or tomorrow. That would be the perfect time. Also, when you get the course next week, please make sure you use the opportunity to contact the homeroom teachers and talk about the progress and behaviour if you have any concerns whatsoever. If concerns persist, please contact the deputy teacher or, for serious cases, Mr. Parry, the head teacher of the school. Are there any questions? Either put your hand up or you can write them in the chat, and we will address those now if you have any questions to ask about the reports. Don't be shy, feel free if you want to type in the chat or share with us. You're all very shy today. Oh. The question about sexual clubs.
Hello, thank you so much for your question. So the question is there any report about reception club? If this is about the after school clubs that happen, we don't actually include that in the report. But if you do have questions about it, you are welcome to contact the homeroom teacher who can help in contacting the club leader for that area. So that is absolutely fine. If you want to raise it with me as the deputy head of foundation, that is absolutely fine as well. But we do not include the after school clubs within our reports for foundation. You're welcome. So the report will be coming out next Thursday. It is a slightly new format, as we've shown you, with the different sections that will be available. There'll just be the homeroom comment, and then using mindset to learning and current progress against target. We're using excellent, good, fair, and poor. So you can get an idea of how your child is performing. For their TIE subjects from year 2 to year 6, they will receive a GPA. Do we have any other questions? Oh, lovely. Thank you so much for your feedback. We'll wait another moment in case anyone is typing a question. We have recorded this meeting, so if you did join late, don't worry. You can catch up later through the blog. We will be posting it there once it's been downloaded. But if you don't, oh, we've got some questions now. So we've got a question. The year 2 report will be the same as year 1. They are not the same report. So we've got one type of report for nursery to year 1 and a different type of report from year 2 all the way up to year 6. And that is because the TIE curriculum, the primary TIE curriculum starts in year 2. So their report looks different to year 1. The subjects that they are taught are different, and they start receiving a GPA for their subjects from year 2 up on the TIE side. So their report will look different. Whereas in year 1, they do not receive a GPA for their TIE subjects. We will use the terminology excellent, good, fair, and poor to talk about a child's mindset towards their learning and also their progress towards achieving target. Hopefully that answers your question. The second question is, does the reading at home book include in the score for grade scores? Love that we're doing our reading at home. This is such an important part of the children's learning. It doesn't affect the scores, but it definitely helps your child. So when you are filling in your reading record and that's brought into school, that helps the teacher know if there's anything that's happened at home that they can help target in school. It might be thinking about the types of books that they're sending home. Maybe your child loves fiction, or maybe they love non-fiction. It will help inform the teacher better about your child's reading habits. And then that can help them plan how they look at reading in the classroom, maybe a skill they need to focus on, the types of text that they want to look at. So it definitely supports the teacher, but it would not be a part of that score. The teacher needs to be very much involved in how, what's happening in school in terms of reading, to see the child is doing it independently in order to help make their judgments. I hope that answers your question.
If I could add in as well, when children are bringing in their books regularly, talking about reading in class, that shows a positive mindset towards reading, and that will again link towards that report as the teachers are assessing mindset as well. So bringing that enthusiasm for reading from home back to the classroom shows a positive mindset. So there will be an impact in that way in terms of the grading, the mindset they take to their learning.
We've received a question saying, will the report include any talent that parents should support further? Oh, that's a lovely question. Hopefully, because we've decided to put parent consultations in before the report, hopefully you've had conversations with the homeroom teacher. If they have noticed anything that your child particularly enjoys or is excelling in, and then they've given you some advice about that, that wouldn't appear in the report. In this midpoint report, the term 1 report, it's very much an overview, a summary of a conversation that you should have had in a parent consultation. The end of year report in term 2 is a lot more detailed. So if you've got questions about your child and areas of the curriculum that they might really enjoy, or things that you could do to support them more at home, please do ask your homeroom teachers. They should be able to talk to you more about that. Just checking to see if we've missed any questions. So in terms of art and PE, they are included in, so PE is included in all the reports, physical development, and you'll see their mindset to learning and also their progress against the end of year expectations for physical development. And for art, you will see that appearing in reports from year 2 up. And for both of those subjects, parents have been invited to meet with the art teacher and the physical development team if their child is currently going to be getting FAIR, just so that they can talk to them about targets and things that they can do to improve at home. You will not have been invited to a parent consultation if your child is excelling in that subject. And if you want to find out more about your child in that subject, you are welcome to email those teachers to find out more. If you're not sure who the teacher is, the homeroom teacher can definitely direct you. Are there any other questions? You're welcome. Oh, lovely. Thank you so much. We've tried really hard to improve our reports so they're meaningful, and especially at this midpoint in the year, just to give you a real summary of the conversations that have hopefully been going on throughout. The end of year report in term 2 will be a lot more detailed. Well, if there are any other questions, please feel free to let us know. If you don't have a question, you are welcome to leave. We'll just wait a moment in case anybody is typing. But thank you so much for your time today, and we hope you enjoy reading your child's report next Thursday. You're welcome. Thank you. We've just received a question. Will the report include how mindful or how sociable a child is? Hopefully in the homeroom comments, you'll be able to get an idea of that. We've been reading the reports this week, and in quite a lot of the homeroom comments, teachers have talked about if a child is able to develop meaningful relationships, positive relationships with their peers. They might talk about how a child might use respectful language when they work with their friends. So hopefully you'll get an idea from the homeroom comments. But if you don't and you feel like you'd like more information, please do contact the homeroom teacher. Hopefully this is something you may have spoken about in the parent consultation if you've had it already. And if not, please do bring it up when you meet with the homeroom teachers.
The homeroom comments will be based around those values and dispositions. So hopefully they give you a good flavour of how the children are embodying the values and dispositions of the school. So yeah, that will be linked to things like collaboration, communication, and other areas of the school's dispositions and values. So again, hopefully, in terms of socialisation, that will be covered. But again, as I mentioned, the parent consultations should be giving more detail on those areas.
Okay, well, thank you so much, everyone, for your time. If you do have any other specific questions that you think Mr. Power or I could answer, you are welcome to email us to ask. Our email addresses are here. Otherwise, please do contact homeroom teachers if you have specific questions about your child's learning or how they are with their friends and socializing. That is absolutely fine. To confirm, the reports will be published next Thursday. It is a slightly new format. Hopefully you've received all the information you need through this parent workshop to find out all about the different parts of that report so you can really help your child this academic year. Thank you so much for your time, and we hope you have a lovely day. We'll just wait a moment in case anyone is typing, but if you don't have a question, you are welcome to leave.